someone took a picture of something they had in their home they really liked,
Yes.
and then everybody could see it and go, why, where's that?
Well, I've been afraid of that with the game systems for quite some time. Especially with the Kinect and all that.
Oh, yeah. So it's got the thing on the Xbox, the Xbox One, where they can turn it on anytime they want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they really?
Yeah.
That's why I haven't bought one yet.
Not only can they turn it on anytime they want, but they can analyze what you're thinking, even how excited you are when you see something on TV you're watching.
Wow.
That way they can actually send that information, sell the information, by saying, oh, look, he got really excited when he showed that hamburger.
Well, you know what you do with that? Anytime you're not using the Xbox One's little camera, you just put a little piece of electrical tape over the lens. Takes care of that problem.
Well, some people will think of that, but then there's other people, it's off. What do I have to worry about?
Yeah.
But they want you to have it on when you got your TV up. It's become part of your TV.
Hey there. How you doing? Yeah, normally a kid's room. But welcome to come in and peek for a minute. Haven't really gotten started. We also got our computers. These computers, they're type of computer that they had back in the 80s and 90s. They were the Amiga computer. So that's what that is. And this one's a newer version of the Amiga. You know how these days, how you got like Macs or you have like Windows, things like that. This was another type. Or I think it's, I don't know. Show them something cool.
It was the Amiga was the first, genuinely, the first computer that could truly multitask, perform more than one thing at a time.
Yeah. So you know how you can normally you could have a chat going, or you could have a web page up at the same time. This was like one of the first type of computers that could do that. So, you have like a cool demo or anything?
Well,
And it had 4,000 colors, over 4,000 colors when Windows was bragging about 16.
Yeah, twice as much.
I don't know what cool things can we do.
So you don't have a game on there or something. So what's your name? Kiana? Kiana. Good to meet you. I'm Greg. Yep. Ned here.
I'm trying to think what cool things could I do.
And you are?
Courtney
Good to meet you, Courtney.
with the K.
All right. Yeah, I met some with C's and K's, so, kind of hard to say. But so you guys find anything good at the library today?
We gonna check out this book. That's why you came. I was looking at the Ultimate Word, but weird, but true book.
Okay,
Sounds interesting.
not bad. Well, now you got another, weird but true. Hey, you're gonna be watching for Pluto's photos when it comes out, probably just about 10 days from now. That's gonna be pretty cool. Did you know that there was a robot near Pluto? The planet way out there.
Is it really a planet?
I call it a planet.
It's a okay because
Wait a minute. We're about to get an update.
it was a planet, but then the scientists chose to decide it was a good planet.
Very cool. So yeah, you are very much up to date on that. Well, dwarf planet or not, I think it's going to be really cool looking when they get to it. And they'll be getting to it. Mark on your calendar, July 15th, 16th. That's when we're going to start getting in all the, information on that one. I look forward to it. I haven't seen, I liked it when they landed the lander on Saturn's moon Titan. And I was really excited when they had a robot go past Neptune. That was a really cool event. So be on the lookout for that. I think that's something that you'll be talking about probably for years. I really wish, like when they went past Neptune, they had a TV show, and they broadcast live footage from Neptune. As live as it can be, right? It's way out there, but it was fun. you know, they had they showed the live shots, had lots of interviews, and I stayed up all night watching it. And then I really wish they had like a TV show for that, but at least it'll be on the internet. And matter of fact, let me show you one really cool thing before you go. And then I know you want to get to your books and everything, but let me pull this up. And this might take a minute because I got multiple things going on here, but let's see if this will work. Okay, come on, you. All right. There's this program that you can get called NASA's Eyes Visualization. And they got it for Mac, they got it for Windows. And here we got this one. So let me see if I can pull this up. Basically what it does is it draws the whole solar system and it shows you where a lot of the modules are. So I just got to see if I can pull it up here real quick. Let's see.
You left real quick a while back.
I know I left real quick a while back. I'm trying. So anyway, it may not start though with everything that's going on. Ah, well, I would have loved to have shown that off to you. Start and see something else. See, requires internet access to run. Okay, we got this other thing going. Let's see. Oh well. Check out the NASA page though. It's really cool. What it does is it actually draws out all the various planets, you know, with the latest pictures, and then they have all the moons of all the planets, and they even show exactly where New Horizons is in relation to Pluto. So, kind of cool. Anyway, what'd you find there, Ned? Hey, thanks for stopping in. Well, apparently I had internet connection, but not enough for the New Horizons demo, which is okay. That is actually pretty neat. So has anybody else been following the New Horizons updates?
And I've seen it, but I haven't really followed in detail, but sure I've seen it.
Yeah.
Seen pictures and all that.
Some of the updates that people are sending over. That's some good stuff. I mean, I'm so looking forward to it. Hey, look at all that. It's not bad. What I'll need to do is...
Nice version of the original Amiga demos.
Yeah, just to prove how many things you can run at once.
Yeah, I used to see how many of those I could open up. Had one for lines, one for dots, one for circles, one for squares.
Now, is this what came with the OS?
Well, this came with the Amiga 1000, I think. Yeah.
It was I think I got it with 1.1.
Walked up. And it was like maxing out my CPU, but and all the others that were going to.
We got two in chat right now, Arend and David B. And we had one freaked out kid wondering what the hell he walked into. What is that?
That's just music that plays when the 4000 boots up.
Okay.
I have no idea how to change it. You don't have questions like that.
It says tomorrow there should be fresh Pluto pics. That's what Aaron says. And as to your multitasking, it says that was very impressive on the Amiga 500 way back. So how many do you think you got up now? It's like 15, 20 of them?
Let's see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
What else?
25.
Now, isn't this the Amiga's 30th anniversary?
According to the newsletter there, yes.
So you think you can pull up 5 more windows?
Oh, sure.
All right.
Yeah. Response is getting a little bit slow, though.
See, what you could do is you could have them, I think we could arrange them into like 3s or something, you know, like make out of the various windows, make like a 3 and a 0. Could you size them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got all kinds of weird little sizes here.
We should do that. Okay, and the anniversary of Amiga 30th, we are trying to multitask 30 windows. I just realized what I did too. Wait.
Well,
Okay, let's close up this one.
no, I'm not. Now it's-
See you all on the other side. There we go. And
So there's also that thing you can share when you touch, right?
all right,
So,
You got that?
that's looking pretty good. This is so cool.
that was cute.
Trying to arrange the windows into 30.
No.
So July 23rd then was the release date of the Amiga, right? Supposedly.
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's see what we can do here.
So if you're not Wi-Fi, if you're touching like that, it's not Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's something like that's called, whatever, something, it was.
It's called NFC. whatever that's been.
We are still live.
That's a WPS push, is it?
That is,
Oh, there it is, NFC, yeah. One touch NFC. Let's see here. What do we got there? There's a path I have to get to make it work. I've got the thing for you. I can use your phone as remote control for this.
That is looking just beautiful. So we got 30 windows open, right?
Probably more than that.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so we need 3 more.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 21, 29, and one more.
Oh, just one more?
Yep, just need one more.
Okay, well, it's easy.
How fast is the Amiga? Yours is a G3 Amiga, right? So G3 probably running
I
at.
think it's about 750 megahertz.
That's about right for G3. So about 750 megahertz. G3 Amiga 1.
Well, they like this camera.
There we go.
Sweet.
6,000.
Here you go, Johnny. Here's something to take a picture of.
Uh-oh.
For 30th anniversary, we got 30 multitasking windows in the shape of 30.
There.
Isn't that cool? Dave B saying that's one fast Amiga. We have success with our.
This is called the A6000.
Oh, okay.
One reason I like it.
The camera's called an A6000?
This is a Sony A6000. It's called the A6000.
Oh, nice. I like the name.
I do too. Because they make an A5000 and this A6000. And
It looks like nobody else is going to show up tonight.
yes, ma'am. Sunday night, we got an update for it and allowed to shoot 4K videos. I guess it's too close to holiday. I already saw some of that on that party they had over the weekend.
I know that's right.
I just got back into town yesterday evening.
You did?
Dallas.
Ah.
Do 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 do. Well, the standard 12. Well, you know what I'd be interested in doing probably next time or within this next month at least?
Okay, what's that?
I wanted to try to see if I can get me a wireless card going on the 1200. Because I used to use the 1200 to dial over analog lines. And I recently decided to save a little bit of money and do away with the analog line and get the digital line. Which, you know, you get the digital line, you get automatic long distance. But you get the digital line and modems really stop working to any real value over those. So
Oh, I never knew that.
yeah, over the regular line you can get 56K, no problem. But you get a digital line, you're lucky to do like 48K, you know, 4800.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've gotten it to where I couldn't tell all the technical details. All I know is that you can connect about 4800, sometimes 9600, but it's really, really, you know, unstable at that point. So what I need to do is I just need to move forward at this point, get away from the dial-up stuff and go more, you know, Ethernet and all that. And they sell these kits for wireless cards that just plug right on in. They, you know, throw on a program, you know, includes a little installation disc and everything. So I might go that route in the near future. Just try that out. I like to do that, and I also like to get it to where I can transfer files over the PCMCIA port. Put stuff on the Amiga with that. Yeah, it'd be kind of neat.
You should see why I left the book.
Oh, you mean the modem? Just, you know, it seems to be like, to me, like when in the 80s, when you tried dialing into something, the lines were kind of choppy then if you went to high speeds. I just think the digital technology isn't as clear, you know, it's kind of ramping up to what the analog lines have become.
Who used it?
AT&T.
Okay, so you've gotten rid of your AT&T old-fashioned telephone,
Right.
and you now have all of your phones now in your house are, what do you call them, digital? I mean, they're,
Digital, like internet lines.
okay, it's like,
You know, the phone,
Same phone,
same
but
phone.
Yeah, now instead of being the analog, it's now digital. It's kind of going through the internet
Yeah.
service.
And I've got a little box called the Obi, it's probably ready to phone, yeah, and you for Google, you know, phone service.
no.
It goes right to the, I don't use it all, I just have one line.
Well,
Play around.
I would imagine the problem is the fact that, you know, the analog modem is going to assume that it has the entire spectrum of, you know, this many hertz to this many hertz to play with and can do whatever it wants to over that entire spectrum. And with a digital line, you've got other technology in there taking, you know, your analog call, hi, this is Greg, and squeezing it down to bits and bytes and sending it on or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of the impression I got too. It's almost like it's, packet kind of send and receive, It
Yes.
kind of waits for, noise to happen on one side or the other.
You don't have splitters in your phone, do you?
I don't believe so. Yeah.
Some people have mobile phones, so you know, there's splitters plugged into it, and that goes in the phone.
Well, now, when I still have the old
Yeah.
phones, if you will, but when I use AT&T, and when I got DSL, I had to put some filters on there on all of my analog phone lines to keep
Yeah,
voice-
as well.
the voice call and the DSL segregated.
yeah, that's DSL.
Wiki.com/.
Anything like for use today.
Da-da-da-da. Let's see here. Let's do this. Cool.
Interesting to see if they have to load. All the time it's a problem.
Yeah, I like that at some point, but I guess at this point it'd be kind of cool to see. I guess if I probably need to tinker with new stuff, and that's not a bad way to go. Just get a wireless card going, start telnetting and internet stuff. And I think one thing we learned about my Amiga with its 2 meg, so I probably need to get more memory too. I know that a lot of the
Oh,
I think-
that's probably what your problem is. Going to the Amiga,
the Amiga.
yeah, this serial port can't handle much over 9,600 baud.
Well, I've had it working with 38K, 38.6, and that's ran pretty reliably. There was a hack that you could add.
Think about the signal. If it goes into compression, it's gonna go bonkers.
Yeah, that could be.
This is 9,600 times 4, if you maybe on the Amiga's serial port capability. And if you get a new modem with 8 times compression,
yeah,
way up.
that's true.
Are you speaking of any of the Amigas?
Yeah, they never did update the serial port unless you get a serial card and you can go way beyond. That's what I did. I had a G2P serial card.
I used to go beyond.
But yeah, but how was your transfer rate? You could go, you could set it up high.
Oh, okay.
But see, if he gets any kind of redundancy at all or any problem, he's going to, the modem is automatically going to try to drop the speed down, keep things going right. So I remember when I first got a 9600 baud modem, it was just fine. But the moment I went above that, I started having problems with the phone, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and something, well, you passed the speed to this, maybe the serial port can handle it.
It might be to some degree. I do know that there is a problem using the good old modems over the new digital lines. You know, a lot of BBSs have started using the voice over IP or the Magic Jack lines or whatever version of internet lines you want to mention. And most of them are doing pretty good just running 2400 baud reliably. So, you know, the digital technology is ramping up like the regular line was ramping up in the 80s, you know, its ability to handle it. I think one day we may actually.
I wouldn't expect they're going to ramp up to handle your old analog modems. Who cares?
No. I know that.
You.
Actually,
You won't believe that AOL times they have 2.5 million people using dial-up because they don't want to pay any more than they pay now.
Still, huh?
Yeah.
You don't have to. It's probably cheaper if you do something new.
Yeah, I was saying they said they charge only $19.95 a month for dial-up. Kind of like cable charge for the basic connection.
Yeah.
Really, $20, huh? Not bad.
But they, as I said, they got 2.5 million people that are showing it out.
No, I wasn't saying that they'd ramp up BBS people. I mean, obviously they wouldn't do that. But I mean, the quality of the technology should improve over time.
But the quality's fine. I've had voice over IP now for several years at least, probably 6-7 years, I guess. And
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, you can't tell the difference from analog voice. So other than that, who cares? You know.
Yeah. And you
The
know,
only difference is I don't pay anywhere near as much. And I've got free long distance and all that, unlimited calls, and it costs $10 a month. So.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question about that. If you go that route, do you have to buy new phones?
No.
No.
Same old phone.
Same old phone, okay.
What I've got is a box. A friend of mine gave me, but you have to buy this little box. Then when you plug any phone in, you pay one price for that box. When you use Google as your service, and Google's free. You have unlimited long distance calls, ability to talk all you want. It's crystal clear. And what?
But Google's probably collecting all that information.
Who is it? Who is it? Now, I only got it for one day, when he calls. He can call me, and that phone will ring by itself, but anybody else can hold all my phones. So, and I got a phone number, almost the same number as I want to have. It has a 9 instead of 8. You know? So he calls that, I hear that phone ring, I know it's him. He's the one that calls it, so. Okay.
Well, one of the things that they've been talking about lately is about the Amiga Reloaded. Have you heard about that yet? All right, so okay. Now here it's coming out first quarter 2016. Do you know, now supposedly it's based on the 1200 motherboard. So what all do they add to it above what used to be on the Amiga 1200?
Well, you know, they had to create their own chips and stuff, so. But basically, they're trying to just keep the 1200 the way it was, because a lot of people want 1200 to play games and stuff like that. I even saw someone was trying to measure up to CD32 and using that same technique. I think they were thinking they're telling about new games have from CD32.
Oh, really?
But they've had several. The one I like was that little one. It looked like the old Amiga floppy drive. It's a whole Amiga computer in it.
Oh, wow.
Play all your games and everything. They would load the floppy disk right into it and play the game.
That's pretty cool.
It has the Amiga embossed, just like the 1200 did. So I mean, it's top of it. It kind of looks like a 1200 looking case, but it's just a floppy drive. They've had like 100% success playing all the old Amiga games.
That's kind of cool. What's that one called? Is that like another Reloaded type, or?
Let's just see. Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was called. They have a great video showing it operating. I'll have to look it up and see what it is.
Very nice.
See, when you have your own modem, the best thing to do is you always have to send a short code 4 or 8 times faster than the speed connected. That's what you're trying to control, especially with the 8. 8's Hayes and Mr. Robotics were running at 8 question ratios. If you didn't have it run at 8, it wouldn't make a full speed because if you're into the modem saying 9600, you come out 8 times faster.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you have a problem with serial. So think 8 times 9600 is getting on up there pretty darn fast speed.
That's true.
And the Amiga's serial port was better than the PC. But the PC got newer chips later, so they could add a serial card. But then finally the Amiga over. Remember, the Amiga had 1 byte of buffer in the serial port.
Really?
1 byte.
Wow.
Then someone came up with a no, excuse me, not 1 byte, 1 bit. 1 bit.
Oh, it's so much of a difference.
And Motorola came up with a chip that had 4 bits. And someone put it on a card for the Amiga, and that was pretty nice. Someone got one of those that you could run like 120 baud off of. And GBP just blew everybody out of it. They came out with that serial I/O extender, that serial port had 16 bits down and 16 bits up. So virtually you could run your serial port, I think it was at 512,000 baud, something like that. So we never got any more than keep it that fast. But it was there. Time Warner something to do later. Get ready to update. See, I have 20 megs down and 2 megs up. And for free, they get me 100 megs down and 10 megs up. And the modem has built-in G3, G4, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. The modem is about this tall. With all these little blue lights on it. Pretty good. It's not nice. Like a monolith sitting over there. I already got the 10 up. So I went to 100 down. But I checked it. I got, I got 10. Got 10 up.
How much does that cost you?
The Time Warner, see, the whole pack. I've got the TV and everything. I think I've got the $80 one. Cable channels. We discovered a long time ago, we didn't hardly ever watch it when we had it. But you got some of the extra channels, not like HBO, but. And the thing that's connection speed was like the third one up.
Your internet and TV is all.
HBO.
Well, I mean, I'm paying for.
I'll tell you what I did. The channel was in there, but told me they could give me all the stuff that I already had, except the internet. And they gave me a price on a sheet. So they called it Time Warner and said, hey, they're offering a pretty good deal here. If you beat them. The guy said, yeah. He marked me down.
Using Atari. Nice.
Okay, so I need to go negotiate with Time Warner.
What I miss?
I'm trying to figure out why my cable bill is so much higher than Johnny's cable and internet bill.
It's just tell them it's a satellite guy coming out. Shoot him a nice price there. Yeah, they don't want to lose you because it's better to have you paying every month.
And do you have any like military background as well? If you're like a former military, they'll give you kind of a discount sometimes as well.
No, never in the military.
Technically, neither have I, but Department of Defense, so they love me in there. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I was negotiating with AT&T there a while back, and
Yeah, a friend of mine got AT&T. They came here and billed them all. He signed up for it. I guaranteed it would be 2 years. And all they had to do when 2 years is up is call this toll-free number and they mark it back down, keep the price down. When it's 2 years up, it shot, he was like I think he was like $180 and it went up to like $300 or something dollars.
Oh my
So he
gosh.
called that number, so say, yeah, they told me it cost. I said, no, it don't work.
Okay, bye.
He said, well, if you can't fix it, I'm gonna cut. I said, okay. Boy, he said the day, and he made the mistake of getting his phone all through and everything. The day it came, boy, just, that was it. It shut off, and they were out there knocking on his door. We'll come get that DVR and all that stuff from your house.
Dang.
So he no TV, no phone.
They came to pick up the DVR? Boy, that was personal at that point. They made me mail mine back. And then most people mailed it back.
Well, they carried God here because he wasn't going to ship it. He thought, hey, said I get to keep this forever. Of course, it says by letter, you get to keep it forever as long as you have their service.
Ah.
He's like, I want to keep this forever. Well,
Nope.
Yeah, they cut him off just like right at the second almost that it was supposed to cut off. He started watching his gone. Picked up the phone, no sound.
Dang. Did he also get a cell phone with him too? Or?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he finally he had to switch services. He didn't want to fool AT&T.
Wow.
My cousin was with him. He sat there the exact same thing. They told that guy sold it to him. Yeah, just call this toll-free number. They'll mark it back down, keep you at the same price for another 2 years. When he rolled around, he called. The guy was just like, nope. You must have got the same guy my friend got.
Yep. That guy did good, and he probably got promoted, and he no longer cares. He moved on to something else.
Negotiate with Tom Warner every year.
Well, let's see. I just done it this back in the spring. I was showing my wife. I said, "Look at the price they're offering us for all this stuff." And then someone said, "Oh, tell them you got that price." So we called and I said, "Yeah, hell yeah, we can fix you up. Knock it right down." I don't stay. I'll get a big look down in the depths and get you back up there. If you haven't got it, you'll have to do your license plates inspection. So when you get the bill, itemized bill, like a cell phone, it's all broken up in little pieces. Look on there, edge tax, road tax, power tax. I said, well, I'll watch that because who knows, they can set there and change any one of those and you miss it.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. They're kind of talking about similar stuff here on the chat, about, being able to connect. One said he was able to connect at 96.2, no real problem. And as we've been talking about it, one of the guys, our end over here, sits up of a VBS. And he was saying he needed to get his VBS going on wireless. And I was like, well, that might be pretty good. And I was thinking, though, that wired would probably be better for VBS. Then we got Rajesh over here, who has got a 1200 in a box. He's been thinking about doing the wireless card hack with. But I think in his case, it was, I think it's 1200 is new in the box. So, it's kind of like, break out a new in the box, 1200 for wireless or not. So he's contemplating. Pretty good stuff, though. Yeah, if nobody else shows up, you can always just knock out early and get dinner. Knock off, but yeah, just knock off in 8 minutes.
No, nobody's going to show up.
It's all right, though. Yeah, see what we can do on that. Next time I could at least look into what it would take for the wireless card, or try to do something with the PCMCA port. Because That's always fascinated me on the 1200.
Mhm.
Even though it's not a fully functioning board, it's not up to the complete standards that the PCMCA turned out to be, it's still very useful. Really good for added memory, or, like I said, wireless card, or I think even, like I said, a compact flash hack. One of those guys. Yeah, let's see. What else is going on Amiga-wise? Pretty much it. I mean,
I thought that story on Amiga was one of the school air conditioning heating system.
Yes.
Imagine thing been running
30 years.
1989.
Yeah. About 24 years, huh? Something like that.
Just cranking along there. It wore out. Nice keyboard.
Is that what they said?
It's getting hard to find. Let's go on eBay and find some real nice keyboard. It's main computer just keep going.
So do they say that they're still using the Amigas, or did they finally retire them?
Setting on running there.
We're trying to replace them, but they're using.
They got millions of dollars supposed to set aside to replace it. Boy, just thinking they could do it $1 million for $3.5 million. It's like running like 19 schools.
Really? Okay, I didn't realize there's so many schools.
I didn't realize that either.
I just thought it was like some private school somewhere.
Yeah, it's like 19 schools all connected into it, that's controlling them all.
Wow. It's pretty amazing.
And a student wrote the software to make it work.
That's about the way it goes. I wonder if they keep in contact with that student. Probably one of those things, they set it up and they're afraid to touch it,
Yeah.
Don't know what they set up. Just leave it alone. It's working.
Yeah, the student has the patent program.
So you think you got an A before he left, Give me an A or I'll shut down your air conditioning. I can see it.
That's kind of like that computer was running stuff at NASA. I used to do receiving and sending data back to satellites and space shuttle and stuff. The guys, they finally forced them to replace it.
How old was their equipment?
Gosh, it seemed like it was about 15 years old when they forced them to replace it. There was another 20, it was a 2500 as well.
2500? You're saying like Amiga?
Yeah.
Being used at NASA?
Yeah, it's 2500 is model.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, the 2500 was kind of rarish.
So, yeah, you didn't see too many enough for about 2000 and had 2500 had the accelerator in the hard drive control already was.
Okay. So it came with what a lot of people did to their 2000 later anyway.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I had the first chip model, I had the 6820 in it.
Man. 6220 is not bad. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it on the 1200. I think that's a 6020, I believe. Yeah. That's been a pretty snappy little computer. Like, yeah, I have enjoyed it. So, dinner? Yeah, get a last shot here of the.
One of the things about the Amiga a lot of people don't know is that an internet movie database. When it first came up on the internet, the only computers that could access it was the Amiga. Because the guy created it, put it on the Amiga, and he programmed so that it would show up really good on the Amiga. Anybody with another computer would be on there and think it was terrible because it didn't look right. And he had a little thing he sent out for free. Anybody want to get on there and look over his internet movie database.
Oh, wow.
Now today, it's a huge thing. Everybody goes there to check out movies or see what's going on, see how good they were. But, yeah, when it first came out, I remember someone told me, yeah, you got to get the little software thing this guy get out. Go in there and check out all the movies, who made it, and when it was made, who's in it, what they were rated in.
Arnold was saying when he first got his Amiga 500, the internet was science fiction. I believe it. Yeah, first I heard of the internet was about 94. I was in college. 93, 94.
Somewhere, I got on it, but, back then it was all text. All you had was that terminus software, and get on there and connect up to a site, and then get on there and you had to type in the address, then go there and you still wouldn't see the thing, and then you type dir and see what all the files were on there. That was about it. Wasn't no graphics or sound or anything.
Yeah.
I've got an old book that shows all the internet sites. There's about a dozen of them.
So you could literally see all the internet.
12 or 15 sites that you can connect to.
Well,
That was it.
What I used to get on was the UTA.
Oh, really?
You're out there, UTA, set it up. You just got with him, and he would give you your code or whatever to get in. Dial that phone number, get on there. Wow, I'm on the internet. Didn't see it today, but I'm on the internet. I take his word for it. He said, wow, I actually got a address to go to. I said, oh, I was actually going somewhere.
Yeah, for me it was they had this computer basement, and basically what happened was the computer science guys learned, because we were at a private college, and they learned if we tacked on to UTA's internet about 93, 94, 95, about that time frame, that they could have an internet to play with. And so a lot of it was started off in the computer lab's basement. And so I'd be hanging around down there, and they'd be playing like Tangerine Dream and a couple of other things like that, and they'd be hitting like Gopher and Telnet. That'd be fine. And playing the muds and mushes, multi-user dungeon type stuff. And everybody got into the muds and mushes and were stuck on it for years, and all that. I burned through my addiction in like 3 weeks. I think I broke up with some girl during college, and so I hung out down there. After about 3 weeks, and the funk of the computer lab getting to me, I think I decided, all right, well, maybe we'll see some sunshine again and see people. It was fun. And then eventually they got it out to they had these micro gardens in the library. People could use the internet there. And people were just going around the internet and printing just tons and tons of pages and things. They went through so much printer ink. It was awesome.
I was on, it must have been something like that, some kind of off the wall thing and I just kept, that was my only connection to the internet. And one day it just stopped, and I'm like, what happened? Call up somebody, hey, I'm going to take it on the internet. Oh, that teacher, he left UTA 2 years ago, and they just now discovered his stuff was still running there.
Oh.
they shut it down. He had it hooked up, it was so well that it was just running there without even any interference from anybody. No one had to do anything. It was like, oh.
Wow. Running in some closet somewhere, huh?
Yeah, probably running off one of their big computers, off some buried in some little corner of it.
I can see that. I was a few years back, about 2010 probably. I was calling around trying to see what BBSs were still up. And I found this one that you could log into, but you couldn't get a new password for. And so I eventually found out, okay, it was at this one university, and then I found out the sysop's name, and so I called for him. And finally what it came down to was exactly like your situation. They said, oh yeah, that was just some system they had running in some closet somewhere. They'd forgotten about it.
We had dozens and dozens of Amiga VBSs here in this area at one point in time. In fact, someone posted a thing where it was trying to list all the VBSs on various Amiga BBSs all over the country, and when you get to the Texas Metroplex area, I mean, oh yeah, I remember that one, yeah, I remember that one too, that kind of thing. A lot of it didn't recognize, but quite a few of them did.
Oh yeah. I remember Trucker's Realm in Fort Worth. I remember.
He was he was a member of the club.
Oh really?
Him and his dad and his wife and his mom.
Oh, yeah, I remember him,
Yeah, he was a real trucker. He was driving all over the country here. He used to bring back, he stopped on, everywhere he went, he'd stop and go to their garage. He used to bring back boxes of hard drives. Because they'd throw them away rather than, because they would update the bigger size and throw the smaller ones away. And he'd bring them back, we'd have piles of them, and go through, make sure nothing in there, reformat them for the Amiga, and use it on the Amiga.
Nice. So he didn't just kind of pass them out to people, huh?
Oh, he was selling, he put a good price. That was back when a 40 meg hard drive would cost you $500-$600.
Yeah.
It was kind
He
of a
brought back,
sideline.
I remember he brought back one that was,
It was kind of a sideline for him.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
he brought back one that was about the size of a coffee table. It was huge. Had like 50 megs on it, that was all stored, you know. Well, when those heads moved, that whole table would shake. The guy was running the BBS out there.
So it was running the BBS shaking like that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I told him, you might need to stabilize that one, or those heads shaking, it's causing a problem, but he ran it for years.
Wow. I used to love that BBS.
Well, he had a big fan of it, that thing would be so hot, you could just, yeah, you could use a room warmer, I told him, let's keep coming radiating off of it.
And I used to love a lot of BBS games on the Amiga BBS. You know, and I've been trying to hit the current ones that are up because one game I really liked was called Iron Gate 2. And it's kind of like a, kind of like a dungeon type game. That was a really fun game. A lot of detail, a lot of characters in it. I just liked it. I used to like the little peddler that came up to you. He's like, "Oh, my friend, I've got just the thing for you." And he'd have just all kinds of off the wall stuff, like lots of armor, lots of weapons. But sometimes he'd have just some really weird things too. Yeah, it was cool. Ever since I've been trying to find it, no luck. Well, looks like we got to. Yeah, you can go. I'm not really using that at the moment. That's fine. Yeah, just pass it back over here.
Looking, not really, whoops.
Yeah, it's not really looking at the screen, so we're cool. I like Telehack reading vintage Usenet 1 messages. Ah! Telehack, huh? Dave, what is Telehack? Yeah, I love the archives. That's what he was talking about, was old archive messages. It can be actually a lot of fun to read sometimes. What I like is when people have like old BBS message bases, or old Usenet group stuff,
Yeah.
Okay, early 1980s.
People all over the country. All they do is put the messages in a big file and share the files amongst each other. They reply to them, and they can send that file out to someone else. And when they have a long distance call, the messages go everywhere.
Oh yeah, talk about the FidoNet.
Yeah.
Yeah, FidoNet's good. Still out there. I remember when I first heard about it. Started trying to get on BBSs. Closed down at 3 in the morning. What? Yeah, sharing messages with people across the country. Really? Now, if you want to get famous back in the day, what you did is you got on a, like CompuServe, and you downloaded stuff, then you uploaded it locally. And Usually a little bit of cost in that. Let's see what Dave had to say. Have a look at telehack.com. Chat is 30 seconds faster than the video. Yes, it does that. They might have already left already. And we still see the video. Yep. And let's see. You can read about how the internet got started. Yeah. And we'll check that out. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Arend.
Everybody knows how the internet got started. Al Gore invented it.
Yeah. I still think that BBS has got a hand in it. I always will.
That's why they said that, you know, they say, Al Gore claimed to invent doing that. But Bill Clinton said that he only used email twice the whole time he was president.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And like Hillary Clinton, it has all the government secrets on her internet. Her email account.
Or Google the Union extremely accurate history of the internet. I'll do that. After dinner, later everyone. All right. So where are we going tonight?
You gonna join us, Johnny?
Yeah, this time around.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Doesn't matter to me.
All right.
Grill Fridays, TGI Friday.
Bye.
Bill here likes to be a friend. Very good.
Okay.